Welcome back to the Gemini channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to do a general message for Gemini. Know that energy is fluid. Rules could be reversed. Interpret the message as it best resonates with you. Also know on this channel, I like to dive deep within the reading. So I do look at everything, but I take time to look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, and see how they play it as karmic themes. This will allow you to understand why everything's playing out the way that it is, why your person is doing what they're doing, why you're attracting someone that triggers you, what is the spiritual significance. So we dive deep. And so the readings have a therapy style to them. So keep that in mind. All right. Now, if you are someone that's in need of shadow healing, you definitely want to sign up to be part of the big reveal. Meaning, like, I am going to be revealing something that I have been working on for most of my career for over 25 years, something that heals the effects of trauma. I believe that it will help thousands of people. It's something that I made due to my own life experiences and what I've needed within my healing journey. And, I've been practicing doing healing for over 30 years. So, with clients that have come to me. Now, the universe always brings us people that are in alignment with who we are. We're not in charge of who comes to us. So, my big reveal is about a project that I've been working on that has helped not just my own blocks, but like I said, thousands of people around the world because it's something that I've been working on for over 25 years and I've been collecting data and formulating different things to, like I said, heal. So if you want to be one of the first to find out about this great reveal, definitely fill out the link in the description box. I'm trying not to say too much about what the great reveal is. It's hard to, you know, to advertise something that you want people to sign up for, but you don't want to tell them what it is. But it's something really exciting and it's something that is really revolutionary. I can't stress it enough. So like I said, if you're someone that is in need of healing, definitely fill out the link below. And I will also put the link in one of the comment bars. All right. Want to enter into winning a free reading with me? Gotta like the video, subscribe to the channel, write the word of the video in your comment bar. The word of the video is always on the first card that I pull out, and it's the underlining energy that just tells us why everyone's doing what they're doing. That's important because when you're dealing with people that have a lot of spiritual blocks, they create facades, they wear masks, create illusions to make you perceive things, which is very rarely like the truth. Magical realism is the underlining energy. I feel like you're in a place right now, Gemini, that you're like, I'm not even going to pay attention. I'm not even going to pay attention to like anyone else's, what is going on in anyone else's world right now. I'm paying attention to what's going on in my world. And I feel like the magical realism is seeing the fantasy in everyday life, to see the mystery in everyday life, to see to be a little bit naive in everyday life. So you're in this energy. So I believe that you're in separation from somebody that normally keeps you on guard. It keeps you like again where you can't be relaxed. You can't be in this magical realism energy. When you're in this energy, you're in more of a intuitive energy, just allowing yourself to feel what feels correct. You're doing what's best for you. And like I said, you're not in a low vibration, but I believe that you're connected to someone that is getting triggered because you are in this energy. But the irony is you're not thinking anything bad about this person, is that this person hasn't been in your life. So they kind of feel like they're imagining the worst. I feel like when you were dealing with this person, when you were dealing with this person. This person gave very little because they were hurt before in a previous relationship. And it was very hard for them to let love back into their life again. And this is how they entered into the connection, which I will tell you right then and there was your biggest mistake. Because when a person really wants something, they don't come into a situation like broken. It's like going to a car dealership, trying to buy a car with half the money. You wouldn't do it. You know that the person would tell you no. So, like, you can't buy the car with only half the money. Well, this person came into the relationship saying that they were burned before. So, already, and this is why you don't trust them because your needs, I feel like your needs were never met. No, drowning. If anything, I feel like this person had the power to trigger you, and they kind of enjoyed that. They kind of enjoyed triggering you because this person doesn't want to give anything because they've been hurt in relationships before. And here it is, they don't really want you in this energy either because when you're in this energy, you're in a high vibration energy. You're pouring into yourself. You're not giving this person anything. And that's your vibe. So I feel like you walked away from this person and you saw that it just didn't work out and you were like, I feel the loss and I'm gonna rebuild my dreams. I'm not gonna sit around here and continue to give energy to you. It's like I feel like the entire relationship was a grieving process because the person who you thought this person was, they're not because every chance that they had to fix the connection, to do something in the connection, they didn't do anything in the connection. This is why you are, pouring into yourself. And what this person sees is that I feel like they feel like their world is falling apart. I feel like this person doesn't create strong foundations. So things only last for a certain amount of time. And I feel like the crumbling is this person, even though they didn't invest into you, there's a sense that this connection with you is crumbling. And they really have to face and see what they did to make the relationship not work out. Yeah, they're in a place of grieving where they're seeing it, they're finally seeing it, but in order for them to learn, and really it's they're finally seeing that they didn't give anything to the connection. They came in broken, but this is what how they navigate. They navigate by not giving anything into connections, acting like again flighty, like they don't really care. Like, but they really do care, but they're gonna act like they don't care by giving less. And so, like after a certain amount of time, you got tired, and so you ended the connection. But this person thought that you were pretending. They didn't really think that you were ending it. They knew that they weren't giving anything and they were holding back, and they just thought that, that you were getting mad that they weren't going to give anything, and it was like a manipulative play because this is who they are. It's like, and that's what they're used to connecting to. People that, think that they're going to change them because it's not just you that they came into a connection and gave nothing. This person's used to navigating this way. This is why it annoys them that you're in this energy because you're not upset about your life. It's like you're seeing what it is. You're putting the pieces together for your life. When this person like is seeing that their life is in pieces, it's very different. It's like you're creating your life because you love your life, because again, you don't look at life as it's a threat. You're looking at life as if every day magic can happen. I mean, that's what magical realism is. It's seeing the fairy tales in everyday life. It's seeing the mystery, the signs, the synchronicities, to understand that there's something bigger than yourself bigger than your ego that is navigating the world. And if you tap deep into yourself, you recognize the signs and the symbols and in your intuition. And I believe that this person giving you nothing and really shutting you out. And yeah, that they're upset now, but again, because they see, but there's still a part of this person that really needs to take responsibility of all of everything that they did in the or didn't do in the connection, and rectifying it if they want to fix it. Where this person just again, they like to act like they don't really care. Like again, flighty, they don't care, not really putting in any energy. Yeah, they're grieving about it now, but they left it up in the air. They didn't put any energy into this connection. It's like they didn't want to commit one way or the other. So of course you got tired. Of course, you're like, well, I'm not really getting anything. I have no stability here. I might as well create my own stability. This person didn't think you were going to be able to create your own stability. I mean, seeing the everyday fantasies in life means that you didn't really have a plan. It means that you just were like, I'm not getting anything here, so I'm going to put my energy into something else. I may not even know what that is. This person figured, ah, you'll be back. You're just manipulating me. And they were in there like they were in their shadows. They were in their shadows. And just again, not wanting to see anything through your perception, like you and them were just out of sync. But they were choosing it for it to be that way. They were, again, being very limited in their point of view. Just they wanted everything their way. And their way is to be sneaky. I don't really want to say one way or the other whether I want a connection, be in a commitment with you or not. It's like, which would leave you empty, and because you would always feel like this person was always looking for an exit plan. And then when they were committed to you and being distant, being there, but being not there, emotionally checked out, being consumed in whatever they just wanted to do, and you being consumed in like, what is this person going to do? Because they're not making me feel safe, they're not making me feel comfortable. And it would make you like continue to get like readings or want to know like what was going on because this person wasn't being transparent with you. So, giving you a lot of mixed messages. Again, keeping it up in the air so that they don't have to make a decision. And knowing that, and you going along with something like that, because people tend to go along with something like that, well, it makes people paranoid. It makes people want to get readings. It makes people want to ask for advice. It makes people consumed with them. So they'd have to put in very little effort. This is what this person wanted to do. And I feel like you either you might have gotten a reading and someone might have told you, or you just intuitively knew and you were like, I don't want to deal with it. Where this person is, I'm conflicted about whether I have what it takes to be your partner. They don't know whether they're good enough. What they don't know, they don't know whether they can actually do what you would ask them to do, which is be transparent, which is, come in with an equal give and take reciprocity. This is what this person doesn't know. These feelings overwhelm me and I become afraid. Sometimes I run away from you because of it. It's like this person doesn't want to go deep within the connection. It's like they have their own spiritual blocks that they haven't looked at. This connection makes this person go deep inside of themselves because that's what relationships do. Relationships make us constantly look at ourselves and say, am I crazy? Like a lot of times when you're with somebody that, triggers you or you trigger them because they don't see things from your perception, you're not getting somebody Your soulmate is not someone that thinks the same exact way that you do. They might there might be a lot of commonalities, but you're not getting yourself. A lot of times, what we're getting is someone that thinks completely opposite and does things that we would never do, especially when they're wounded. Person that you're connected to that's wounded will continually self-sabotage the connection because they don't really believe that they're deserving of love. Are they conscious that they do that? No. But again, this person having a low self-esteem and being like triggered by the strong emotions because then they go in deep and then they don't think that they have what it takes to be with you. Well, that's one way of self-sabotage. Words have hurt me in the past, and that's why I fear talking to you. So again, they're not transparent. So I think that this person was taught to be a liar, somebody that from a young age was taught not to speak their truth. So when children get yelled at for speaking their truth, they get taught to lie, that it's safer to lie. So this person learned not to be transparent. They learned not to make a decision one way or the other about something, especially if they didn't know 100%, because maybe they would be locked into that that answer. But again, the fact that this person doesn't want to be transparent, doesn't want to tell you how they feel and what they want out of the connection, and then let you talk about what you want out of the relationship, there's a lot to be like, oh, there's so many misunderstandings here. When it's no misunderstanding, it's there's no communication. And there's no communication because this person doesn't want to be held accountable. And it's all because of, I don't know whether I have what it takes to be with you. It's like you hold to a certain standard. I don't know if I have that. I'm trying to understand how my thoughts create my reality. I know that I'm positive, but are you? Like, I try to be positive, this person is saying, but are you? Like, meaning, like, you may be thinking that I'm a complete asshole by now, and that's not positive, so we wouldn't be able to attract each other. I'm starting to realize how I've created my own reality. Well, this person needs to see how they don't say anything, how they don't communicate. I'm going through a dark night of the soul. Nothing in my life is making sense. So I feel like because like there is this overwhelming feeling of being stuck and then also having strong feelings for you and then just not knowing what to do, not being happy where they are in life. Obviously, someone that is so afraid to give is cut off and has, this person is shady. You could see by the way that they navigate their life. It's, they do everything that suits them. They're very selfish. So when we are selfish, over time, people see that. And then what winds up happening is we wind up being alone. So I feel like this person is by themselves. They thought that they were gonna play games with you, that you were gonna be so consumed by the fact that they weren't in your life, and that's not what happened. Now they're consumed because again, now they're looking around and they're seeing that there's no one in their life, and they're lonely and they've had time to think. And what they think is that this person is like, I'm not really good enough for you. Like this, and they're reflecting back on their character. That's why they're going through a dark night of the soul. I don't believe that they're just going through a dark night of the soul because of how they treated you. I think it's this person's life in general, and you just happen to meet this person and they having a connection, but not wanting to really acknowledge the connection, not really wanting to honor you, not wanting that like transpired at the same time as they were living shady and all of a sudden, you left and a bunch of other things happened in this person's life where they're looking around and they're lonely. They're seeing that there's no one really in their life. And, this person feels like this could be like a twin flame connection. This could be a twin flame connection if this person wants to step it up into their divine self. They are going through a dark night of the soul. So I don't know whether they are, but this says here, expand your concept of what a twin flame is. It's more than a romance, it's a deep soul activation to heal in order to embody love and light. So, I mean, a lot of times we do meet our soulmate twin flames when they are very toxic. We're not meeting the person when they're in their best energy. We're meeting that person in their wounded energy. And so, because of that, we have to understand that there's karmic lessons. So, again, you detaching from this person, even if you're not going to be with them, Spirit says the spiritual lesson has already been learned because you made this person look at themselves. Yeah, again, you made them take responsibility for how they treated you. And then really looking and saying, I don't think I'm good enough for you. You wouldn't be happy with me. And that you wouldn't be. So again, they're going through a dark night of the soul because guess what? They're not happy with themselves. That's why they're going through a dark night of the soul. They're looking around, they don't like their life because it just so happened that you were part of that person's like when things started to fall apart. So like I said, the impact of it is greater, even if you're like, I don't even feel like this person gave me that much time. They didn't give you that much time. But in that, there was still an emotional connection that this person just never fed. And because they never fed it, they didn't really screw it up either. Because this person tends to play a lot of games, where they normally do. And when I say that, I mean, this person still isn't 100% healed. They're still not like just surrendering their ego. Says, my ego is fragile to criticism and rejection. I've created walls to protect myself. So, like I said, this person is looking at themselves, but those walls still have to come down. Those, perceptions about them not being good enough or them figuring out what would make them good enough to actually be with you, they would need to incorporate into their life. And like I said earlier, they're a little bit lazy. They've gotten what they've wanted through manipulation. So understand that. I want to know everything about you, but I hold myself back from asking. I'm afraid I'll get in too deep. So this person like is deliberately emotionally trying not to connect with you, right? Because how do we build, connection is through getting to know each other, being transparent. It's like, but they know with that emotional bond being even stronger because it's strong without them even feeding it. Well, again, you're going to hurt them because they're not good enough. Because that's really what this comes down to. They're like, I don't really want to be with you because I don't really think that you'll be happy with me, which means that you'll leave me before I would leave you. And that would kind of hurt my ego. So this person has created a lot of walls to keep that ego safe, and that's what the issue is. What we see here is that they're going through this dark night of the soul, possibly because there are behaviorisms, karmic behaviorisms, and situations that are playing a role in what's happening in this person's life. That they're going through a dark night of the soul. They're going through ascension symptoms because of it. People just don't go through a dark night of the soul. It's because their life was built on the ego, and this person like tried to like behave that way with you too. It didn't mean that they didn't have a connection. It's why do I have to do things the right way if I don't really think it's going to last forever? I should stay safe, keep it on the surface level. Can't control love. That's what this person has realized again through all this time, because twin flame is something that, again, you can't control it. You can still feel that ESP connection through the heart and mind but understand is making this person look at themselves. Again, the love, the curiosity, the familiarity. When a person feels like home, it's like that's why this person is like looking at themselves. Like, why don't I want that? Why am I not letting love in? Oh, because I have behaviorisms and karmic people and behaviorisms and situations playing out in my life, or one or all of them, depending on who you are. And that means that my life can't evolve as long as I'm here. So again, that's what they know. So they're going through a dark night of the soul because, hey, the karmic shit's playing out in their life. That needs to happen. It needs to happen so that they can become transparent and let you in and learn to like deal with situations differently by learning to communicate, that it's safe to communicate. Right? This person needs to work on their self-esteem and also learn how to treat you well. And they know what to do. They just don't want to do it. It's laziness. But they know that union is an energy, not a physical construct. Even when you guys aren't together, they feel your presence. So understand that's pushing this person to do healing. Now, you may say, I don't want to be with this person. You don't have to be. The universe says, well, you have free will. I've already done my job, and that's to bring this person to something or someone or a lot of some things that looks like here because they're going through a dark night of the soul. There's karmic people and karmic behaviorisms and situations that are playing out that this person has been in a karmic loop and probably a karmic contract for a really long time. And now it's like it's all coming to it's all crumbling, it's all coming to an end. So there's not going to be anything left. What's left is only what's true. And what this person feels is that this connection that I have with you is true, but I didn't allow any energy to let into this connection. And there's part of this person that still doesn't want to. Just because they have this awareness doesn't mean they're like, oh, yeah, okay, now let me change it. No. What it's doing is it's bringing up a lot of fear. It's bringing up a lot of anxiety. It's making this person dive deep, something that they don't normally do. And what you know is being connected to them. It's like they're not transparent. They don't make you feel safe. You become like you want to get a lot of readings in order to because this person's continually giving you mixed messages and that's messing with your emotions. So, and understand that's been this person's tactic. That's what they do. And they purposely know what they do because, again, when they do it, it's like, well, I get what I want. And they haven't just done it to you, they've learned to become a master at doing it. So that's why, there's a sense of you being like, well, I don't really trust this person. But nevertheless, we're going to look at the hidden truth. We're going to look at their hidden truths because, they're conflicted. Not like they're not conflicted. It's like they're conflicted about whether they have what it takes to be with you. Over the moon. They want to be there. The connection they feel like is over the moon. They feel like they would be very satisfied, like with you. The timing just wasn't right for us, this person is saying, and it said that before. It's like this person was, wrapped up in other things clearly. There have karmic people that are controlling them, or situations or experience or behavior or something that this person just couldn't. You speak to me through music, So you're always on their mind subconsciously. I feel you leaving me behind. Like this person is like, I know I have to get my shit together. And it's like, and I just don't know. I'm just not ready to make that decision, though I do love you. It's like, but it's like, I know that it wouldn't work out. That's what this person is really seeing. They're like, I just know that it wouldn't work out. And because of that, I feel like this person is like, I'm not ready to like come to you. I'm not ready to do anything like with you because they're still in the midst of their healing and they just know that, you're going to be defensive. You're going to be like, and that this person, I don't think that their ego can handle that, to be honest with you. So it's almost like there's a sense that they're blocked. Also, they wear their armor. They need they need to rise above it. Maybe after they ascend. Remember, they're going through a dark night of the soul, so eventually they will like ascend and be able to elevate eventually. But I don't feel like right now is the time. Now is not the time. The most that this person like is doing is, they're watching you on social media. They may contact you on social media for the holidays and be friendly, but because they do feel a connection, they do feel like like a soul connection, understand they do. And they have regrets about what happened, but it's like they can't change the past. So they're going to also have to, let go of the past. And they want to make sure that you are going to let go of the past, because they don't know whether or not you're going to take them back because of that. And, they're a little bit afraid of you speaking your truth about it because would end. However, there is a sense also that they feel like it could be healing and that it could be growth. So this is why this person's a little stuck. I feel like they go back and forth, but their intuition is saying that it would be healing and it's so regenerous and it's about being mature and opening up your heart chakra, even if you are going to just apologize and be friends, where this person is like still again resisting it a little bit. They're in their ego, and that's because, like I said, they're going through a dark night of the soul. However, um, that's what they think about coming towards you. They don't really know. And I feel like for you, you will like have your armor on. Like the only way that you would give this person second chance is if they would have to ascend. And the only reason why you would do it is because there is a soul connection. But you would, be setting boundaries and, you know, broadcasting, I should say, is speaking your truth about like what your boundaries are, what you want, what you don't want. So I feel like, if this is a soul relationship, I understand it is a soul relationship. It just might not stand the test of time because of the timing. And it's because this person is still working their way through their healing, and you're not supposed to wait for them. This situation was only to really help you create self-awareness, to help you see your issue, to face the issues, to help you to improve yourself, to learn about unconditional love. It's not so much the romance, but understand this person can change, but you're not holding space for this person. That's not what you're doing, is what Spirit's saying. Spirit's saying is don't get hooked. This was all about finding the deeper meaning in the connection and about, looking closer into yourself and really seeing what's hidden. And that, you have to be careful with this person that they're not healed. Yes, there's a connection, but what we see is that they're still in their ego, there's resistance, they're going through a dark night of the soul. Maybe when they come back and they ascend, but by then you're going to be more evolved. As Spirit saying, this connection was mainly just to create awareness for you of what needed to be cleared. We have to say, why did you attract this person into your life? Because I really feel like, I mean, with you, yeah, like it's like no, it's like at this time it's like no, that like it's a tower moment with you and this person. It's like you're not going to pursue this connection. You're going to dismantle it. It's like because the outdated ways of doing things. This person wanted to treat you the way that I guess a parent did, or an ex-lover did, or a friend, someone that traumatized you, someone that made an imprint on you. And an imprint is samskara, and it's a combination of astral energy, which is thought energy, combined with emotional energy. It's held in the body as stress. And the thing is that when you go through a traumatic experience and you don't integrate the lesson, meaning you don't learn from it, you don't see the different perceptions of it. There's many different realities that situation could have played out, seeing how you contributed to that experience and not integrating the spiritual lesson, well, then that imprint just makes you a magnet to more of that same type of energy. And so I feel like that connecting to people, that are on such a, this person was very manipulated. They were on a low vibration. Some that wanted you to do all the work. Maybe you were like someone that in relationships tends to do all the work. Look at this, nurture. These are your inner child cards. Again, your wounds, what you would need to heal within yourself, and nurture is the first card out, and that is growing up in an environment where you're not nurtured, that you're not feeling safe. That's what nurtured really means. When your parent is nurturing you, they're teaching you, they're growing you, they're making you feel safe, they're teaching you confidence, they're encouraging you to like pursue your dreams, to go, they're showing you that they believe in you, because children don't know how to believe in themselves at first. They need to be taught. But if they're taught, hey, there's something wrong with you, or you're stupid, you're stupid, you're stupid, children begin to believe that they're stupid. They're not nurturing themselves. They wind up beating themselves up. Crafts and creativity. So understand that you do have a lot of talents and even creativity that you haven't fed, that you haven't fully developed. So actually a gift. It's just you wouldn't consider it a gift because you dabbled in it. Was something that you were into as a child, and that could have been like even your intuition. Intuition is a creative thing because it's from the spirit, and spirit does everything through the creative mind, which is the right brain. And so it could be that, or it could be actually something that you really put time into. I feel for some people that they play an instrument. I see someone like playing a piano. I know that that's few. But like something that you're pouring your energy into. And I feel like that you might have loved to do it, but you had to stop doing it at a certain age because of other responsibilities. So it's not fully developed. You wouldn't think that it would take you anywhere, but if you developed it more, you could. Now, remember I said that sometimes it's not just family. Sometimes it's actually frenemies. And this picture of this friend is like, does that look like a friend to you? This looks like a friend. It's like not really. It's like a frenemy. Like so, try having trust issues from someone that hurt you at a young age on top of it. And so again, you'll see that pattern of people that don't nurture, and nurture is feed the connection. People that only take or abuse the connection. And this frenemy would be one of them. That happened because of, again, inner child wound, self-sabotage, giving too much energy to people that haven't worked for it. Again, is normally how we self-sabotage. Like this person, like, again, wouldn't deserve anything from you, to be honest with you. They don't deserve anything because they didn't give anything. They don't know whether they're good enough for you, so they hold back. It's like they want to go deep, but they won't. So they continually go against their intuition to give nothing. So understand if you were to give to this person, that's one way you would self-sabotage yourself because you wouldn't be able to give yourself anything that you need. And that's why it would be dangerous. That's the like self-sabotage also um, manifests like as shame a lot of times because we get in our own way and then we ruin like what we're doing for ourselves and that for the sake of this person, lies and secrecy, believing lies, can be having information being held back from you so that you can't make the right decision for yourself. So you might have been brought up by a parent that was manipulative, that would, leave pieces of stories out. So you would base your action on what they told you, but you left out half of the story. So, it never benefited you, it benefited everybody else, kind of like what a frenemy does. And not feeling safe because you're like living a lie, like giving attention and energy to people that aren't worth it is self-sabotaging. Spirit says it was all about nurturing yourself, getting rid of outdated ways of being to start over. But you can again keep, you know, your hobbies and your interests and the things that you used to pick back up that paintbrush. Go back out there and take that dance class. Do whatever it is that you blew off steam with when you were a kid, like whatever that was, whatever craft, whatever creative venture that you like to do, used to do, even if you didn't do it, but you've always wanted to do it. Spirit says, now is the time. Now is the time. Because if you're giving energy to this person, that doesn't know whether they, have what it takes. And all that we see throughout here is they don't have what it takes. Just because there's a spiritual connection and they do have feelings for you, who cares if they can't show it? Who cares if they can't express it? Who cares if they're not going to be transparent and the whole time you're going to be paranoid because they're never going to really let you in? No one wants it. This person's ego is too fragile. They would have to work their way to get back into your life. And Spirit says, and you're not supposed to wait. You're supposed to nurture yourself, create yourself. It's again, the relationship was mainly to create awareness for you because you needed to heal certain things that you wouldn't have been aware that you needed to heal. That's why this person came into your life. That's it. No other reason. It's like they have feeling that you're their twin flame. It's like, but they're not. I feel like they're a karmic mate, then that has a very strong spiritual connection to you. They're a soulmate past life karmic mate, which just means that, hey, they've been in many lifetimes with you trying to learn this lesson. And this time they came close, but they still didn't pass the test, the karmic test. You did, to the point that you evolved right out of this person's life. The divine fruit, as I work to improve and free myself, I strengthen my foundation. My intellect is light and my heart is warm and my soul is strong. I am nurtured by the divine sun. The fruit I bear reflects my inner light. And that's what Spirit is saying. Like this time was like this person was to help awaken you, to see who you are, to help improve yourself, to free yourself from, again, outdated ways of thinking, the binds of that, and to know who you are, that your intellect is light, that your heart is warming, that your soul is like strength, and that you have to nurture yourself. Again, you got that word twice. That this is the time that you're supposed to be nurturing yourself, not dealing with this. However that looks for you, so that you can, again, manifest. So you can manifest some life experiences that you want to experience. And that may just include nicer people into your life that can emotionally give to you because you're giving to yourself. You know, if you tangle yourself up with this person that doesn't know what they want, they're going to give a lot of mixed messages. They're keeping their foot in the door, but they're not doing anything. But that's their issue because they need to do their healing and they're doing it whether they want to or not, because we don't just go through a dark night of the soul and ascension symptoms because of it. We go through because life is a mess. So this person's going through their karma right now because, again, of their outdated ways of thinking. However, you don't have to eat their karma. You don't have to like pay for it. You have to keep living. This person, I believe, will want to come back, but you're not going to want to be with them, is what it says. Again, I feel like it was just to awaken what needed to be healed. And that's sometimes just what these insignificant, but really, really, really strong soul connections do. They help us dig out and uncover a really old wound, a wound that we've carried over for many, many lifetimes, and they help us make awareness for it and the unconditional love that we have for that person when really they're mirroring things that we need to heal. And what Spirit says is give yourself that love. This person's not capable. It doesn't mean that they don't want to, but what it looks like and what they can do are two different things, and you wouldn't be happy. I'm going to leave that there, Gemini. You let me know how you resonated with this one, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.